Let's dive into one of the deepest, weirdest puzzles in all of modern physics. It's about a master equation for the entire universe. The only catch, it seems to be missing time itself. Seriously, just think about that for a second. Imagine you're trying to write the single line of code that runs all of reality, everything from the Big Bang to you listening to this right now. And after all that work, you look down at your equation and realize the variable for time is just gone. That's the absolutely bizarre situation physicists found themselves in. And here's the culprit. It's called the Wheeler-DeWitt equation. And its goal is, well, staggering: to merge Einstein's theory of gravity with the weirdness of quantum mechanics to describe the whole universe. Now, very simply, that H stands for all the stuff, all the energy in the universe. And psi is just its quantum state. You put it all together, and it equals zero, nothing, zilch. And that zero is where the trouble starts. It's famously called the problem of time, because with no time variable in there, the equation seems to describe a universe that's completely static, unchanging. It's like a frozen photograph. But we live and breathe change. Things evolve. Time flows every single second. So what gives? Is the equation just flat out wrong? Or is our entire understanding of time completely backwards? Well, what if the equation isn't wrong at all? There's a fascinating new way of looking at this called constraint resonance emergence theory, or CRET, and it suggests we've just been reading the equation the wrong way. It argues that this equation isn't describing a static, dead universe, but actually something way more profound. And here is the absolute key shift in thinking. The old way looked at equals zero and thought static, no energy, no change. But this new idea looks at equals zero and thinks perfect balance. It's not a snapshot of a frozen state. It's the fundamental rule the universe has to obey at all times. It's a condition of perfect, unbreakable equilibrium. To really get our heads around this, let's use an analogy. I want you to picture the universe as a gigantic, perfectly balanced accounting ledger. And the number one rule of this ledger is that the total value on the books has to, without fail, always add up to zero. Now, don't think of this zero as nothing. No, in our cosmic ledger, this zero is the signature of perfection. It means every single debit has a matching credit. The universe is on an incredibly strict budget, and that budget is always, always zero. So what's being balanced here? What's the currency? It's quantum entanglement, that strange, deep connection between particles. On one side of our ledger, you've got matter. Think protons and neutrons, which forms by spending or using up some of this entanglement. And on the other side of the ledger, you have the very fabric of spacetime, which is also woven out of this same stuff. And here's the kicker. Entanglement isn't some infinite resource the universe can just draw on forever. There's a finite amount of it. And that means the formation of matter and the structure of spacetime are locked in this constant competition. It's a cosmic zero-sum game for the universe's entanglement budget. Now, this cosmic accounting, this constant balancing act, actually gives rise to a force we are all intimately familiar with: gravity. In this new picture, gravity isn't just some mysterious force that pulls things together. No, gravity is the universe's accountant, making sure the books are always, always balanced. So here's how it works. Step 1. A particle, like a proton, pops into existence, and in doing so, it locks up a little chunk of entanglement. Step 2, that withdrawal creates a deficit in the local area, kind of like taking cash out of your bank account. Step 3, to keep the books balanced, the universe has to make an adjustment. It forces the space-time right around that particle to curve. And step 4, we experience that geometric adjustment, that curvature of space-time, as the force of gravity. It all boils down to this beautifully simple rule that governs every single local transaction in the universe. Any gain in entanglement for matter, that's the delta S matter, has to be perfectly canceled out by a loss or a deficit in the entanglement of the geometry, the delta SGM. Add them together and you have to get zero, every single time, no exceptions. Okay, this is all incredibly cool, but how does it solve our original mystery? How does this whole idea of a cosmic balanced ledger get us out of the problem of time? Let's ask that question one more time. If the universe's books are always perfectly balanced at zero when you look at the whole thing, where on earth does our experience of a past, a present, and a future actually come from? All right, so according to this theory, the timelessness of the Wheeler-DeWitt equation is describing the entire ledger at once. It's the global, universal state of affairs. From that bird's eye view, everything is always in perfect equilibrium. That's the h size equals 0 part. It's the universe's perfect, unchanging net worth. But our experience of time, what physicists call dynamical time, that's something totally different. See, we don't experience the overall balance sheet. We live inside the ledger. We experience the transactions happening. Time is what we feel as the universe is constantly making these local adjustments, shifting entanglement from geometry to matter and back again, all to maintain that perfect overall zero. Time is the experience of the books being balanced in real time. So let's just zoom out for a second and appreciate how elegant this whole picture is. It paints a picture of a universe that is just deeply interconnected, self-regulating, from the absolute smallest scales all the way up to the cosmic horizon. It all fits together beautifully in 3 layers. Down at the tiniest, micro level, you have the raw material, the substrate of entanglement. In the middle, at the meso level, you have matter forming by clumping that entanglement together. And then at the big, macro level that we all experience, you have spacetime, and that Wheeler-DeWitt equation acting as the master accountant, making sure the entire system always stays in perfect balance. So, the ultimate takeaway here is this. The Wheeler-DeWitt equation isn't a picture of a dead, frozen universe at all. It's the master regulation. It's the fundamental law of accounting that ensures the dynamic, living dance between matter and spacetime always remains in a state of perfect, self-correcting balance. And that leaves us with one last, truly mind-bending thought. Could it be that our entire reality, everything from the feeling of gravity holding you in your seat to the relentless ticking of the clock, is nothing more than the echo of the universe, meticulously, relentlessly, and perfectly balancing its own cosmic books?